Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title, this is wrestling with Savage. The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my road. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the savage era begins. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, wrestle you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title, this is wrestling with Savage. The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Lost the talent that flosses, y'all can't even present the match. I'm in a tour in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign. Savage kingdom, march on bones. Savage kingdom, fight, we reign.
Meet the turnbuckle top of.
All right, let's get this going. This is Wrestling with Savage, and we're live right now to bring you the WWE Weekly Update, and we're going to get right into it. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right to SummerSlam, but first, we got to get the Smackdown so we can get this SummerSlam that was on Saturday, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the setup and everything. This could have been much better. Obviously, this time they didn't lay any hands on him to start off the night there. They just wanted to intimidate Cody Rhodes to kind of build up the hype, but they didn't lay hands on him, but they definitely were trying to intimidate him. We'll see if they got the job done at SummerSlam. We move on to Carmelo Hayes, and he lost to Andrade. This was a great match. Should have went a little longer. Would have been better if it would have went a little longer. I'm not going to lie to you, but it is what it is. What can we do? You know, that's like a pay-per-view match. They are capable of putting on an absolute banger. No questions asked about it. I know it. You know it. This match, like I said, can be on a pay-per-view. As you see from the screenshots here, these two guys absolutely killed it. And they did a great job. They represented SmackDown very well on live TV. By the way, soon, if you didn't hear, SmackDown's going to be on the USA Network, I believe, in 5 weeks. SmackDown, Raw, both going to be on the USA Network. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the Netflix launches and maybe changes some things. We'll have to stay tuned for this one. We have Mr. Escobar defeating Apollo Crews, Legado del Fantasma, saying that their fortune has to change, and it has to change tonight here on SmackDown. And they did whatever they had to do. They got their cheap shots in. They did what they had to do. Santos picked up the big win. LA Knight causing chaos yet again, stealing Logan Paul's car, damaging it, scratching it up. You know, we have Bianca Belair getting beat up here. Oh, God. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They defeated Alba Fire Aladdin by disqualification for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. By the way, that's the look of the night right there. I'll give Logan Paul a lot of credit. That is incredible. This kid is such a natural in the ring and in the WWE. He's an actual superstar. Very good, very talented. We'll get back up to the matchup here. You can see from the shots that, you know, it's a good match. It's a good looking match, but it ain't going to happen here. These ladies ain't winning those titles back just yet, not on SmackDown. And overall, honestly, I believe that this match needs to be built up a little more. So I'm kind of glad they didn't pull the trigger on this. They're adding a lot to the storyline. It looks good. Blair Davenport looks good here with them. Another women's faction, perhaps. We have so many of them nowadays, and half of them don't even have a name or a purpose. But this faction here, I can see probably having a good name and a good purpose, and that's to dominate the women's division, which right now, they're doing it. And this was absolutely crazy to me. that I was watching this live. This was absolutely wild to watch the Bloodline win the tag team titles in such a dominant, convincing fashion. And you can see the look on DIY's face. They knew what they were about to get into here with the Samoan Werewolf, who's not playing around. He looks incredible. We have to talk about what happened at SummerSlam, which we're going to do here in just a moment as soon as we get through this SmackDown here. For a minute there, you thought maybe they were going to retain because they had gotten rid of Jacob Fatu just for a little bit. But not long enough. Because Jacob Fatu got back up. He got back in the ring and absolutely decimated, and took the tag team championships literally by himself. That's how impressive Jacob Fatu is. Wow. SmackDown was absolutely crazy. By the way, I'm sure you've heard the news by now that the Roman Reigns shirt is available for sale. Probably the greatest selling shirt of all time, according to statistics. We'll see how long it stays that way. But let's get on to SummerSlam that was taking place in Cleveland. Over 57,000 people in attendance. Liv Morgan went on to defeat Rhea Ripley, just like I told you. I told you all that Liv Morgan was going to defeat Rhea Ripley. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave this here. I don't care how pretty it looks with the update crap. Let's move this. Hold on. Because then I can get some shorts out of this at least. You know what I'm saying? At least I can get some content out of this and turn this into money. Because that's what this business is about, boys and girls. This business is about money. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. And that's what we saw at SummerSlam. We saw money being made. We saw Liv Morgan, again, like I said, defeat Rhea Ripley convincingly and with help. And that's why it's convincingly, because it was perfection. They did a great job telling the story. They did a very good job selling the match. This set the tone for the whole night at SummerSlam. People were hyped already for this match. Cleveland was hot all night long. They weren't hot. Like, they were not hot ever. Like, they were hot the whole night. They were hot the whole night. They loved everything they saw. And this was a great match. This is one of those matches with incredible storytelling. They say that Rhea Ripley popped her shoulder back in her socket, by the way. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they say. So Liv Morgan was doing her best to send Rhea Ripley back on the shelf. There's a shot there where she supposedly, and I believe it, she's a bad one. I met her, and I know she can handle that kind of pain and then get back in the ring and pull off a kick like that, looking phenomenal. But at the end of the day, with all the distractions from Dom and what he did and totally betrayed her, caused the chair to be used. I mean, distraction after distraction. It didn't matter. Riptide didn't matter. None of it mattered, because all that mattered was Dirty Dom and Oblivion and the kiss and then the reaction. And Mommy was devastated. I mean, so devastated that she couldn't even get up and go chase them. She actually let them leave Cleveland, Ohio together. So you knew, once you saw that, you knew this really affected Rhea Ripley. Mommy wasn't even able to chase them. And then we move on to the second match of the night, which was Braun Breaker defeating Sami Zayn, beating the holy crap out of him, just like I told you all he was going to do. And it was beautiful to see. It should have happened sooner, but, whatever. I'll take DJ Storm's take here where he said SummerSlam, and, it's going to mean more. I don't know if it means more, but it definitely looked great in front of 57,000 people with the Gorilla Press Slam and the spear after spear. And then, boom, you're new Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. Absolutely brilliant performance. Absolutely incredibly stunning, spectacular, top of the line, top of the food chain. Logan Paul is a different species. He's a different breed. It's impossible for any other human being to show up in the WWE ever and have a better first 8, 9, 10, 100. This kid's going to go on to have the greatest first 200 matches of anyone in the history of professional wrestling. And tell me when you heard a lie detected. Logan Paul, whether you hate him or love him, he's been absolutely murdering it. Kid is brilliant, and I loved watching this. I loved watching Logan Paul just absolutely own LA Knight for a little bit, with the moves and the fans and, But then LA Knight did what LA Knight does, and he got the job done. He got the big win. But Logan Paul, while losing, I don't think anybody looks better losing than Logan Paul. Logan Paul is so goddamn good. Logan Paul is so talented that, like I said, it's hard for me to even believe that he's only been doing this as long as he's been doing it. And he's doing it on a level that we've never seen before in situations. Like, it's one thing for maybe a rookie to come out of nowhere and have a match like this in a small venue on a small card and have a great match, do some cool stuff. But this guy is pulling all this stuff off live, big time events, big pressure, and it means nothing to him. All of it means all the pressure, it's nothing to him. He eats it up, he gobbles it up. Logan Paul is a beast, but at the end of the day, LA Knight is your new United States champion, and it looks good on him. He's going to sell some t-shirts. He's going to sell some toys. We'll see if he can move up on the ranks, have a great run, possibly contend for a world title shot one day. I mean, eventually someone's going to have to beat Gunther, right? Could it be him? We'll find out. We move on to my next match. We're 100% accurate prediction yet again. I told everybody Nia Jax was going to beat up Bayley. I told everybody that you're going to see Tiffany Stratton, you're going to see Nia Jax. That's going to be the storyline, the queen and the princess. I saw it, I heard it, and I was like, yep, that's where they're going with this. Doesn't hurt that she's the Samoan king of the, Samoan queen of the ring. And Bayley looking great, getting ready to just get her ass whooped by a very angry, very hungry Nia Jax who wants her time. And her time is now. This right here, though, this might have been the moment of the night, move of the night. That power bomb with Bayley walking from the corner to the middle of the ring just takes Bayley to a whole nother level. It proves to everybody why I've been saying for years she is better than Mercedes Moné. She is better than Becky Lynch. The only person better than her is Charlotte Flair. Bayley is great. This was a great job by Bayley defending her title. She just couldn't overcome the power and strength of Nia Jax, but that's okay. Not many can, not many will anytime soon. But this was a moment. Bayley now has a memorable moment. And you can see there, those seats look pretty packed to me from bottom to top. Tiffany would come in and she would use her cash in as an actual distraction. She wouldn't really cash it in. She would just cause a distraction that was good enough for Nia Jax to beat Bayley and be your new women's world champion on SmackDown. We move on to the theatrics, and in another match where I predicted that CM Punk would lose to Drew McIntyre because of some kind of shenanigans by Seth Rollins. Listen, Seth Rollins did the most incredible professional job you could ask a special guest referee to do. He did it well. He did it fast. He did it clean. He looked good. He invested in himself. He invested in his gear. He took it serious. He even tried to keep that man's bracelet safe because it wouldn't be safer anywhere else than on the referee's hand. The referee can't get hit. But Punk screwed Punk. And everybody knows it. And he knows it. And it was a great job. This might have been the match of the night. Storytelling-wise, they did a phenomenal job. They paid homage to classic matches between Bret Hart and Undertaker. And they did it well. Not only did they do it well, they might have did it better. These guys did such a stellar job performing at a high level at SummerSlam, especially Punk, his first match back in 10 years, singles match, first match, singles match, WWE, comes out looking like $10 million, like a video game character. He looks better than the WWE 2K15 to 23 models. That's how good Punk looked coming out here tonight. And then backed it up in the ring with his wrestling. Everything was on point. Everything was clean. Smooth sequences. CM Punk could have had the win. Like I said, Punk screwed Punk. He got mad at Seth Rollins for trying to protect the bracelet, and He even tried to put Seth Rollins to sleep. Punk is a lunatic. Seth Rollins didn't do anything to you, Punk. You screwed yourself, and you have nobody to blame but you. But I'm sure you're going to come on Raw and have some words about it. Drew McIntyre picks up the win, like I told everybody. Now we're moving on to Gunther defeating Damian Priest. Again, like I told everybody, Gunther would beat Damian Priest. It's his time now. This guy's about to have a championship run that's made of legends. They love him. He has the look. He has the vibe. He has the talk, and his wrestling is bar none. He tells you every time he can tell you, he tells you he's the best in the business. Every opportunity Gunther gets to tell you that he is the best wrestler in the world, he does, he will. And he's proven it. But I got to give big shout out to Damian Priest last night, who absolutely proved to me why he's a main event player. The pure physicality that Damian Priest pumped out at SummerSlam was something that you don't see very often. And when you do, you hold on tight because you're going for a ride. And that's what this match did. This match did what every match before it did. It put on a show, and it put people in a good mood. It got people out of their chairs. It got people excited, and it had a little bit of everything. Had hard-hitting wrestling. Had fast-paced wrestling. Had melee action-style wrestling. Huge moves. Storytelling. Hard shots, hard chops, hard everything. Hard power bombs. Super hard clotheslines. And then Finn Balor. And Finn Balor emerges. And he just goes to town. Fucking toying. And I didn't want to curse tonight, but I did. Just toying with Damian Priest. And again, kind of like what we saw earlier with CM Punk, Damian Priest screwed Damian Priest, because seeing Finn Balor kind of like pumped him up to the point where he was able to pull off this super razor's edge. I mean, he just threw Gunther, man. That's not easy to do. But once he saw the screen and he realized that Finn Balor wasn't there to help him, Finn Balor was there to screw him. Well, he snapped. And all he saw was blood. He wanted Finn Balor. He wanted to get his hands around Finn Balor's throat. He wanted to rip this man's heart out of his chest if he could have. And it's hard to see because it cost him his championship, man. Him seeing what Finn Balor was doing to him, like a bull, just, sees the red and wants to kill. Totally forgets that he's in the ring with a killer named Gunther, who's trying to take his title. And that's exactly what Gunther did. He is now your new World Wrestling Federation. Oh, maybe. Oh, did you hear about that rumor, by the way? Should we do the rumors? No, you know what? We'll do something else first. Joe Hendry hopes for a guitar off with The Rock, and who wouldn't want to see that? Every fan of Joe Hendry, of course, would want to see that. But that's the question. That's what we need to know. How many fans of Joe Hendry are there? Are there now millions? Are there millions? I think so. Especially after what we've been seeing on NXT and what we saw tonight on NXT. And I'm going to update you on that at the end of the night. But I think a lot of people would want to see this. I think a lot of people would pay to see this. Stay tuned. We'll see if it can happen for the man. Finn Balor claims there are no egos in the new Judgment Day after 8-5 WWE Raw. And yeah, you better believe Judgment Day broke up. And we'll get into that on Monday Night Raw. Little breaking news, but we can get back to SummerSlam where Gunther just murdering Damian Priest. Like I said, Damian dropped the ball. He messed up, man. He thought Finn Balor was there to maybe help him, and then when he saw he wasn't, he just lost his mind. And that was it. It was over. Great match. Maybe match of the night between that Punk and McIntyre, but it could have been the match of the night possibly, man. It was so fucking good. What's going on, Alec? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you being here. Absolutely. They don't build them up all these years just to lose the big one. I was at SummerSlam. You could hear Gunther's chops from, dude, I'm sure you could hear Damian Priest's kicks as well, his chops as well. And it's the right outcome. Seeing Gunther now as your new champion, it's the right outcome. I loved it. Now we get to the main event. Cody Rhodes taking on Solo Sikoa with bloodline rules. Solo comes out first. Cody comes out. And they do the dance. And it's an okay match. I'm not going to say it's a great match because it's stuff that we've been seeing on SmackDown for weeks. Cody wrestling. If you've seen one Cody match, you've seen them all. It was a good match at best. It wasn't a great match. It was a good match because we all knew what was coming. We were all just waiting for it to come. Of course, the bloodline runs in and have to attack like jackals and try to get the advantage. But Randy Orton would come to the rescue with RKO. Kevin Owens would kind of help out a little bit. But then the shot of Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu shows up and somehow, some way, the other brothers have gotten rid of RKO and they've gotten rid of Kevin Owens, but now Jacob is here. The Samoan werewolf. Jacob Fatu, the killer, is here, and he is doing just that. He is killing your new tag team champion. He's killing Cody Rhodes. Look at him. Look at him. Look. Look at this. My God. SummerSlam, bro. Big shout out to my Oos. I think you banged up your leg a little bit. I heard it's okay. Prayers out to you that you make a full, super speedy recovery, and I'm sure you will. You're going to come back and break everything in sight, just like I'm sure you broke one of Cody's brain cells that night. Solo would get the spike. Somehow, Cody comes back. He's alive. It doesn't matter what Jacob Fatu did to him. He's back in the match. But boom. It's Tribal Chief time. Roman Reigns has returned to the WWE, and the pop was huge. Obviously, we all know people are now buying the merch. It's making money beyond comprehension. Roman Reigns comes back to SummerSlam. Big Superman punch on Solo Sikoa looked great. You know, it does his taunt, does the spear, huge spear, Solo down, gives the nod to Cody Rhodes. Cody had no problem taking the cover. I mean, his boy, Mr. Anderson, told him, you still got some friends. And we all knew what that meant. Cody's still your WWE Undisputed Universal Champion of the world, or whatever they're even calling that title nowadays. By the way, Miz had a moment with R-Truth and Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll would come out and embarrass Grayson Waller. He would embarrass Austin Theory. We look at that chokeslam, though. He had him up high, huh? Wow. Okay. Well, that was SummerSlam for you. That was SummerSlam for you. It was hot. I rated thumbs up all across the board. I loved every minute of it. I had a good time from the beginning of the pay-per-view all the way to the end. Even though I knew exactly what was going to happen in every single match, it was still very enjoyable to see it all come to life and all play out just like how I envisioned it. Sometimes that's why I watch. And we'll move it up to Monday Night Raw. Go pick up that Roman Reigns shirt if you already have it, which you probably have because you're a mark. Monday Night Raw coming to you live yesterday. And who else would kick us off other than Gunther? Where him and Randy Orton were going at a war of words, and it's official now. They're going to have a match at Bash in Berlin. So that is going down. Gunther came out, looked sharp as hell in the suit. Good exchange of words. I'm excited for that match. Honestly, I hope they don't build it up too much. I'd rather them just like stay in their corners and we get the match because we already know what the match is going to be, kind of. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a stellar match. Could be the match of the night. They have that kind of potential. We've seen it before. And Randy Orton is correct. He has a valid claim. He was never really pinned for the King of the Ring tournament. But Gunther has respect for him. He even admitted it. He said, I got to beat you clean. They shook hands. Gunther told him, nobody can get me out of nowhere. And Randy said, you know what? I don't care about getting you out of nowhere, really. I'd rather you see it coming this time. So Randy's switching it up. We have a match between Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. And Sheamus defeated Ludwig Kaiser, but Ludwig was trying to really mock him. He tried doing his clubs on him. A lot of nonsense that I don't really like. Off topic, Zilla performed in Cleveland, was an absolute machine. Yeah, he's definitely a machine. Oh, yeah. So you would say KO had like the second biggest reaction of the night? I'm curious. Who had the best reaction of the night? The top three, let's say. As we get back to Monday Night Raw here. Good match by Ludwig. Raw overall last night. Another great show. I actually had a good time last night. Thumbs up for both shows. SummerSlam, Raw, back-to-back. The fallout from SummerSlam onto Monday Night Raw translated well. We saw a lot of new storylines being pushed. We got the new picture of the Judgment Day. I'll be curious to see how long this is going to last before we have a new leader. This group has had a lot of leaders in its time, at least 4. Who knows? Oh, man. Damien was pissed off. He was talking hella trash. But, Finn Balor warned him, you're not going to see it coming, bro. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Shayna Baszler, God, she lost by disqualification. Poor Shayna. I honestly, I don't even know what's going on here. And this whole storyline is a complete shit show to me. I have not liked it at all. I still don't like it. I don't really understand what's happening here. You have all these women fighting in the ring as opposed to just solidifying multiple different tag teams for the women's division. And then we could have some actual matches. Not this shit show catfight garbage. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, they advertised to be on Monday Night Raw. Will they be on Monday Night Raw? Punk was, for sure. And him and Seth Rollins engaged in a war of words. And, Seth was... Honestly, none of that matters because they basically disregarded it. Punk is probably the bastard who paid this guy, Bronson Reed, to come out and destroy Seth freaking Rollins on Monday Night Raw. So, what does this mean exactly, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean for Bronson Reed when any wrestler can come out like this and absolutely crush a certified megastar like Seth Rollins, who has been main eventing in WrestleManias, having moment after moment after moment? He is like the golden boy of the WWE. It means it's time for Bronson Reed to get a push. And you know what? It's well-deserved. It's well-earned. That guy is one of the best big men the WWE has had in a very, very long time. So he deserves his push, and I think it's time. We're gonna keep track of that. So you say Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and then the Kiss. Wow, the Kiss came in fourth. And that was the start of the night. So we got this match between the New Day and the Authors of Pain. And the New Day defeated AOP. It was their time to basically get their asses kicked. Odyssey Jones made his shocking debut on Monday Night Raw, absolutely obliterating these guys. I mean, the New Day basically just showed up and got a free win. They came out with a new swag, Ninja Turtles merch, now available at Target.com or your Target local retail stores. But look at this guy. We got people like X-Pac saying, X-Pac, not just him, but there's a lot of wrestlers right now that have seen what he did, and they are loving it. They're giving this kid credit because they know how much those two guys weigh. That's a combined 618 pounds right there that this guy is doing a double sidewalk slam with like it's nothing, carrying them around like it's a joke. Like, that's absolutely wild to see. So I'm very excited to see him on the Raw roster, and can't wait to see what they're going to do with him because Karrion Kross couldn't do a goddamn thing against him. I'll tell you that much. Now we got this tag team match here, and this is like a joke of a tag team match. I'm going to call this the 24/7, 59-62, -45 match because this match didn't mean a damn thing. It didn't mean a damn thing. Awesome Truth basically got destroyed. I thought we were going to get a heel turn from The Miz. There looked like a moment of that coming towards the end of the match when The Miz was looking at R-Truth, and I think he was considering hitting him with a finisher, but we didn't see it. maybe next week. I don't know how much longer the Miz and the Truth are going to last. All right. Damian Priest defeated JD McDonough by disqualification. And that, of course, was by design because Finn Balor waiting for his opportune moment. And not just Finn Balor, but everybody else. Liv Morgan, Dirty Dom, Carlito, they were all there. And they tried to beat the fuck out of Damian. Somehow he managed to gather up the strength to fight everybody off. And even Rhea Ripley showed up to get some revenge on poor JD McDonough, I guess. I don't think she touched Liv Morgan, but JD McDonough certainly got his ass kicked. But the fans were over for this. Let me just acknowledge that for a second. The fans were over for this. They looked great together. Maybe it's going to be a new faction. Maybe this is the last time we ever even see them together. I don't know. Maybe not, because Liv Morgan's fighting. I think they already said it's going to be Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley at Bash in Berlin. We'll see if they let Rhea Ripley get her title back just yet. And we have Dakota Kai taking on Sonya Deville. And, someone that used to really appreciate everything Sonya Deville did. I'm not quite sure what direction they're going in with her right now because she's always coming out with different, and she's talking all this shit. She's walking around with like badass women, but she's losing. She's just losing. Come on, man. Come on, man. Why? Why are all these women involved in these matches? Why does every one-on-one match end up with like 6 chicks fighting at the end of the night? Come on, man. And then we move on to the main event, Monday Night Raw. The Wyatt 6, long-awaited debut to see them wrestle. And, of course, they won. Was it impressive? Was it amazing? That shot is amazing. I'll say that. In theory, it looked really good. And it kind of felt like what it should feel like, maybe. But in my opinion, I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it again. As much as I love this, I still think it's just too soon. I don't think this right here should have been on TV for at least another month or two. Not until they finish doing the VHS tapes for all the different characters, murdering different section of the WWE. These guys need to show up to WWE headquarters and get blood everywhere. Get blood on Vince's door, take out secretaries, slam someone on the Andre statue, bash heads in that WWE championship outside. Like, come on, murder. You show up to Gorilla and you murder everyone and we never get anything like that ever again? What kind of tease-ass shit is this? Maybe we're waiting for Netflix, but this is what ended the night. Wyatt 6 on top of the WWE as of right now. They are over. I wish them luck, though. I wish them luck. I think because of who they are, people are going to love them no matter what and probably look at them as like, oh, they can't do no wrong. I know other people, though, who aren't going to think like that. I'm going to try myself to have the most positive outlook on this whole situation and pray for the absolute best because I love everyone there that's involved. Big fan of Bo Dallas. And I think Bo Dallas has more potential than a lot of people want to give him credit for. I think Bo Dallas can be one of the leaders in the locker room. I feel like Bo Dallas can be one of the guys who can main event WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania because he is good. And now his legacy, his story is literally anything he wants it to be, especially where he is right now. Bo Dallas, if you're hearing this, just know that Savage from Wrestling with Savage has nothing but confidence in your ability to take this faction and make it one of the greatest of all time and give us memorable storylines and bring gold home ASAP. ASAP. We're going to see if that's going to happen. And what else? NXT took place tonight. If you want to know more details about NXT and what happened tonight, make sure you watch Thursday night when I go live. Right now, you're watching the WWE Weekly Update, where we're going to update you on the pay-per-view, SmackDown, Raw, give you some quick results on NXT, of course. And then Wednesday nights, we go live for AEW. And Thursday night, like I said, if you want the full update on NXT, make sure you're watching the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show this Thursday night at 8 p.m. as we cover everything in wrestling in depth. Big shout out to WWE. It looks like Ronda Rousey was in town doing Make-A-Wishes for SummerSlam. All right. Seth Rollins doing some Make-A-Wishes for SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes doing some Make-A-Wishes. So everybody, look at Drew McIntyre putting in the work. I don't see one of Punk, though. You know what I do see? I see Savage with Prince Nana here. And I want everybody to do me a favor right now. Right now, do me a favor. If you love Savage, if you love everything I do for you, go over to Google, look for Prince Nana Coffee, coupon code Savage, and go and get yourself a cup of coffee. They have all different flavors. They have some really good flavors. Cinnabon, Nicaragua coffee. I mean, listen, there really is a lot of options. They have capsules. They have ground coffee. Dude, you can't go wrong at all. Come on, man. Stop messing around. Get your butts over there right now and do it. Buy some Prince Nana coffee right now. Coupon code SAVAGE. Do it. Do it now. We're going to talk about NXT. We're going to give you the quick results any second now. Just make sure you go buy some coffee. There's me and Prince Nana, Swerve Strickland, Zilla Fatu. A lot of good news coming here. Battle in the Borough coming up October 19th. Savage will be there. Make sure you are there as well. The interview with Marty Jannetty hypothetically coming next week. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. WrestlingWithSavage.com. Pick up merch for all these different brands. Check it out. And, of course, September 28th, you can meet Diamond Dallas Page. Maybe at the Wrestling Universe. Maybe at Mario's Pizzeria. Maybe at my house. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Shout out to the Wrestling Universe. Shout out to Jack, the family, everybody from the Wrestling Universe. Hope you're all doing well, having a good night. They have a Kickstarter going on right now. Visit the Wrestling Universe on Facebook, on Instagram. You can check them out at thewrestlinguniverse.com. Pick up some collectibles, pick up some merch. They need the help. They need all the help they can get right now so we can save the Wrestling Universe, which I've been saying for years. It's the best wrestling store in the world today. You want to help the Wrestling Universe? Go buy some figures, go buy some autographs, buy some collectibles. Check them out on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or any of the socials. Check out for the video from Lewis, and you can find the link for the Kickstarter. It's everywhere. Matt Cardona was sharing it. Brian Myers, major figure network was sharing it, so you can find it. If you want to help out the Wrestling Universe, I suggest you go and you do so, and you do so now. NXT live tonight. Pete Dunne picking up probably the biggest win recently in his career because he just put down former NXT champion Trick Williams, and he put him down well. Kalani Jordan picks up the win. She retains her title tonight against Tatum Paxley. Ethan Page defeats Ora Mensa. Joe Hendry defeats Joe Coffey. Joe Hendry, he's over, bro. He's like so over. And Ren Sinclair, one of my favorites on NXT right now, with a big right hand and a beautiful finish. And she picked up the win, and she is now officially part of No Quarter Catch Crew. And then the main event, Wesley. Wesley has an opportunity to become tag team champions yet again, but this time he fails. Axiom, Nathan Frazier retain their tag team titles, and Wesley turned. He turned on the Rascals. He super kicked one of them, kicked the other one in the nuts. He went on a rampage. He's done with both of them. He don't give a crap about any of them. Pete Dunne not stopping until Sheamus is done for. Jesus. A little look back at your night on NXT. Like I said, if you want the full recap for NXT, make sure you're watching the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show this Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We do the full breakdown of everything professional wrestling, WWE, AEW, live watch of TNA with instant results. And right now I am working on a documentary. Okay. And it's a work in progress right now. Okay. I'm about halfway done. I'm thinking about letting you guys see a
Mickey James and Thunder Rosa.
The best wrestling talk show in the world.
Busted Open, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m.
a little sneak peek. Couple of clips.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but with Matt Cardona, you heard.
there's a lot. Like I'm not. I don't want to show more than that because I haven't done the voiceover yet. I'm doing the full video editing first, and then I will be doing the actual full editing and all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Something I can share with you is I can share the screen. Actually, why not? This is the full screen of a program I'm using to edit, and got about like 23 minutes of raw editing that I've been doing. All the different sound clips, sound bites. I got all kinds of parts and pieces of this. And, I'm doing a fresh voiceover for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be, this is something that has like a lot of meaning to me. It's very special to me. It has a lot of footage combined, tells my entire story, explains why I'm becoming a savage, what I've gone through to become a savage. It's got a lot of stuff. I'm looking forward to everybody seeing it, and I'm looking forward to just it being out there so that if anybody ever does have interest in knowing more about the Savage, they can and will find out. This has been the WWE weekly update for Wrestling with Savage. I appreciate you all being here. Make sure you smash that like button, share, subscribe, and everybody have a good night. Alec, appreciate you being here, man. I didn't want that breakup either, but shit just happens. I'm getting the hell out of here so I can get back to editing that doc, which is called Becoming Savage, and the plan is for it to premiere next week live on the greatest wrestling YouTube channel of all time, Wrestling with Savage. Now, do what I always say, and do not be average when you can just be savage.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, press on you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. The epitome of scrapping them toe to toe. We ride or die, my kingdom's with me, legendary up in my robe. Tearing limbs up on my pole, the ankle lock grip is accurate. Greek God in the flesh, every move is immaculate.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign.
I be the king of the ring, the mightiest force to be reckoned with. The unstoppable, immovable manager, cause an exodus of other voices making money choices and wins. PG era is dead, the Savage era begins. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, press on you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a body slam. Choke slam, hit you raw, this is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. The real boss of all bosses, pile drivers, hip tosses. We holding multiple titles while you keep stacking up losses. Roster talent that flosses, y'all can't even present the match. I'm in a tour in his army, breaking backs upon the mats.
Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign. Savage Kingdom march on bones. Savage Kingdom fight, we reign.
Meet the turnbuckle, top of my knee, and then my bare knuckle skilled superstars. You don't even wanna dare tussle. Bet on showcasing top of the line, hard on the grind. Easily your city is mine. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, press on you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell.